Good evening, I'm Harry Foxley and you're watching Southport News. Our top stories tonight. Visitors to Southport Beach are voicing concerns over the increased growth of beach grass along the shoreline. While the vegetation is important for erosion control and wildlife, some say it's impacting the overall beach experience. We cut to Matthew Hawthorne with his story.
Thanks, Harry. I'm here at Southport Beach, where many regular visitors have noticed the expanding patches of beach grass areas. While essential for stabilising sand dunes and protecting against coastal erosion, it's also reducing open sandy areas, and some beachgoers are disappointed.
It's been revealed that the local council authorities say Southport Beach will be lost forever. Council chiefs have told Aquarium residents that the ugly-looking grass taking over the south side of the beach will continue for years to come, and they won't do anything about it. Council bosses have also tried to claim the grass would help combat climate change. In a letter to high-profile champion and estate agent Gavin Maguire, council bosses said the spread of saltmarsh and accretion of land of Southport Beach alongside the southern shore of Ribble Estuary is a natural process which has been progressing over thousands of years. The council say they are working to find a balance between preserving the environment and maintaining a welcome space for tourists. A survey is now open for public feedback, and officials are exploring options to control the spread.
In other news, local authorities in Southport have made more than $2.1 million from parking charges in the past year, and drivers have their questions. We are crossing live to Brandon in Southport. What do you think about this, Brandon?
What's concerning motorists is the amount of money that Southport Council seems to be generating from these parking charges. Now, that figures have increased by 10.7% as of April 2023. And what question every driver wants to know is, where is the money going? Well, Southport Council are reinvesting the money made from parking charges. They are still pretty unpopular among drivers, and they are not going anywhere anytime soon. Which seems the options are you can either pay up or take the bus instead. What are your thoughts on parking charges?
Parking charges in Southport? Costs us a fortune. Absolute fortune. You know, it's about like £1 for 30 minutes. You haven't got time to do your shopping or anything. Ever since they've put parking charges it's like literally every street you park on. You got to find an app or something. The card machines don't work. It's a pain in the backside. But it must be killing the shopkeepers and the trade in town. And what do they do with the money? I mean, it's costing a fortune. The council are raking the money in. And then, everywhere you drive, there's potholes. Potholes everywhere. It's like going off-road in this town sometimes.
In more exciting news, a local college radio station has just been awarded one of the highest honours in the radio industry. Spark radio station at Southport College achieved this honour after only being live for the last year. Rin Strom is on the scene with the main man making waves on the air.
So I'm here with Andy for Spark Radio. So Andy, how did you get into radio?
So I started when I was a lot younger than I am now, when I was at college, and I managed to get work experience. So I was doing a media course at college, and I applied to many radio stations to get some work experience. And the radio station in Southport, June FM, wrote back to me, and I ended up doing a week of work experience there, helping out with stuff in the studio and sort of making the tea. I ended up staying on and helping out at weekends with road shows, and then eventually got my own overnight show, and the rest, as they say, is history. So I've done it now just to make myself feel old for about 21 years.
Now you talked about that, how did you create Spark Radio?
So Spark Radio is an idea to give students the chance to have a go at being on the radio. So the idea was to create first an online radio station which students can present their own show, play their own choice of music, and talk really about stuff going on around the college. And then obviously that's progressed on to the radio station now being available on DAB digital radio, so you can listen to it in the car, at home, at work, around the Southport, North Sefton, West and Central Lancashire area on digital radio too.
Yeah. Do you get many requests of songs to play?
Quite a few. Students like to request songs. Students have a different taste of music. Obviously everyone's got a different taste of music, so we try and cater for as many tastes of music as we can. So as well as having a mainstream playlist, we have a broad mix of music that we play, but also we have a lot of specialist programs as well.
So what requests do you usually get? So, like, name some songs.
So we'll get requests for Arctic Monkeys. Green Day is actually quite popular, believe it or not. A lot of indie stuff, just in general, and also the top 40 stuff and the new stuff that's in the top 40 in the charts is always quite popular as well.
Yeah, I understand that you got the station onto DAB. How you get the station onto DAB, may I ask?
So obviously, as an online station, we're not regulated by the regulatory body, which is Ofcom. However, when you go onto DAB digital radio, you've got to abide by the Ofcom broadcast rules and regulations. So to get it onto DAB, you have to apply for a license, which is called a digital service provider license, and that gives you the ability to then broadcast a radio station on digital radio.
So how does it feel now that you've got the station onto DAB?
Really good, because of course you can listen to it outside of college. You don't have to be within college or listening to it on your phone or by an internet connection if you're in the car with a DAB radio. Plus it's a great marketing tool for the college to promote itself to a wider audience, and of course gives students a chance to be on a proper radio station that's broadcasting to members of the public as well.
Okay, and final question, what kind of music can you expect to hear on Spark Radio?
So a wide range of stuff really. So we have a big following of people who like indie music. We obviously play the top 40 as well. We do some specialist shows too, so you might hear the odd 80s or 90s song that creeps in here and there. We do something called Spark Radio Anthems as well. So big songs which are classed as anthems. They might be older songs, they might be newer songs, but if it falls into the category of being a bit of an anthem that people like to sing along to, then we'll include that as well.
Yeah. Thank you, Andy. Back to the studio with you, Harry.
This has been your top stories of the week. We at Southport News wish you a happy new year. Harry Foxley, signing off at Southport News.